Hi everyone, Jason here at the Whittier Library with our next STEAM-powered Science Take and Make Science activity. You can pick up a kit at the library, take it home, and follow along with us at home. So today we're going to be making a tornado in a bottle. But before we get to that, I wanted to make a couple quick announcements. First of all, this activity is supported by a grant from the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services and the California State Library. Also, we'd love it if you'd please take our survey afterwards. I will display the address here on screen. There is also a paper survey in your kit that you picked up, or you can also find the address on the paper survey in your kit. So please do take our survey. Okay, so let's get started with our tornado in a bottle. Hopefully you picked up one of our kits from the library. If so, you should already have everything you need. If not, here's what you'll need. You'll need 2 1-liter bottles. You can use different sizes. I find 1 liters work pretty well. You will also need a little bit of electrical tape. We gave you some that's wrapped around a piece of cardboard, but you can get it off the roll. You may have some around at home. And you will need a washer. You make sure you get a washer that's just about the right size to fit the top of your bottle. And it has a 3/8 inch hole. That's the washer I'm using. It doesn't have to be the exact same size, but that one seems to work well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to uncap our 2 bottles and we're going to pour the water out completely out of one of them. And we're going to empty the other one till it's about 3/4 full. So right about this level here, you want it full of water. Now, no need to dump this water down the drain. You can save it for drinking later, or you can water a plant, but no need to waste it. So I already have a couple bottles prepared, so I'm going to put these aside and I'm going to grab my other bottles. So here are my 2 bottles. You can see this one's about 3/4 full. This one is empty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my washer on top of the mouth of one bottle. I'm going to flip the other bottle over, set it on top. Now here comes the tricky part. It's a little hard to balance these bottles sometimes because, you know what? They're not entirely straight. Sometimes they're a little bit crooked. So what you may need to do is hold this. You may need an assistant for this part. You can try and do it yourself, but get someone to help if you need to. And you're going to take your electrical tape and you're going to wrap it around that bottle. You're going to start wrapping it around the 2 necks. Try and keep them nice and tight together if you can. And here's a trick. As you go around, you can keep centering the washer so the washer stays right in the center. Wrap it around there a couple times to get it nice and sealed. And then you're going to want to go up a little higher and a little bit lower as well. So for example, we're going to go up to here, and back down, around, and back down. We're going to go down to the bottom. Keep on rolling your tape from your cardboard. Try and get this sealed up as tight as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but do the best you can to get a good seal here. Go ahead and use all your electrical tape until you get to the cardboard tearing off. Then you can just rip it off, push it on there. Now, I think I've got a fairly decent seal there. Maybe not perfect, but we'll try it out. So you can see there, those 2 are joined together. Now I'm going to put this back down so that all the water is back in the bottom. Okay, now we're ready to make our tornado. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our bottle. Now, be very careful about how you hold the bottles while you do this. You need to hold it by the middle, and you need to hold it by the top bottle where the water is, where all the weight is. Otherwise, if you hold it by the bottom bottle and swing it around, what's going to happen? The tape's going to come off, the bottle's going to go flying because all the weight's on the top. And you're going to make a big mess. Water's going to go everywhere. So hold it the way I show you. So you're going to hold it here. You're going to flip it over and hold it from the top. Now you'll notice here, there's almost no water draining from the top to the bottom right now. I've got a good tight seal here. The water can't get through. I wonder why that is. We'll talk a little bit later about why the water doesn't come down. But here's what we're going to do to make our tornado. I'll put this down a little bit so you can see better. Now we're going to, again, hold right at where they're joined, and we're going to hold the top. We're going to give the whole thing a couple good swirls, circular swirls. Wait a couple seconds. Oh, let's try it again. Couple good swirls. Wait a couple seconds, and you should see the tornado form. There it is. You see the tornado in the bottle going down? We'll do a close-up of that again pretty soon. Okay, let's flip it over and try again. Remember, we're going to flip this over. We're going to hold the place where the two bottles are joined and sealed together, and we're going to hold the bottle where the water is, because that's where all the weight is. We're going to flip it over. Again, you see, not much water draining in between. And we're going to give it a couple good swirls. And there is our tornado. We'll show you a close-up shot of this tornado soon so you can see what it looks like a little bit better. It goes swirling down all the way to the bottom. Okay, let's get our tornado started. Remember to hold it just the way I'm showing you right now. Let's give it a couple twirls. And there it goes. And that's it. That's our tornado in a bottle. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the science behind this and talk a little bit about tornadoes and what they are and how they form. And hopefully you can learn a little bit more today. Okay, so first let's talk a little bit about tornadoes. Tornadoes form from a type of storm called a supercell thunderstorm. And these are very large spinning thunderstorms that happen when a current of hot, wet air runs into a current of cool, dry air. When those two hit together, they often create a supercell thunderstorm. And supercell thunderstorms are where tornadoes come from. Now, scientists have a pretty good idea of how tornadoes are formed, but they're not very good at predicting exactly when they will happen and exactly how big they will be. And why is that? That's because tornadoes are very powerful and very hard to study. Can you imagine trying to study a storm that has 100 to 300 mile an hour winds? It would be pretty hard, wouldn't it? I wouldn't want to try either. But of course, what we made in this bottle here today isn't really a tornado. It's actually more properly called a vortex or a whirlpool. And a vortex is just any kind of liquid or gas that's spinning in circles around a central point. So a tornado is a vortex, a hurricane is a vortex, and what we created inside this bottle today is also a vortex. Now we're going to talk a little bit about air pressure. You remember when we flipped this bottle over, we'll see if we can get it to work again. Not very much water drained down into the bottom bottle, maybe none at all. Why do you think that is? You would think that gravity would cause the water to drain down to the bottom, wouldn't you? Yeah, I would think that too. But the answer is air pressure. So if the water drained into the bottom, it would create a vacuum above it. And a vacuum is just an area of low air pressure, which means that there's not very much or no air in that area. Now, the problem with that is whenever you have a vacuum, air is going to try to rush into that vacuum to fill it up. And that's actually how your vacuum cleaner works. So what happens in your vacuum cleaner is there's a fan that blows the air out of the inside of the vacuum cleaner. Now the air wants to come in, so it rushes in through the front and the bottom of the vacuum cleaner. And when it rushes in, it pulls in all that dirt and dust along with it. So that's basically how your vacuum cleaner works. So in this case, if the water were to drain through into the bottom, it would create a vacuum up above. Now the air wants to fill that vacuum, but since we have the bottle sealed up pretty tight here, there's only one place for the air to come. It's from the bottom bottle. But the only problem is the air is trying to get up through that hole while the water is trying to get down through the hole. It's sort of like if you have two people trying to get through a small doorway at the same time, and neither of them can get through because neither of them will back off. The air pressure is pushing upward and holding the water and keeping it from dropping down, and the weight of the water is keeping the air from pushing its way up into the top of the bottle. So what do we need to do? We need to get somebody out of the way, right? That's why we swirl the bottle. You see, when we swirl the bottle, the water goes out to the sides, creates a little bit more space for the air to come through. And what you see with the tornado is you see the air, the center part of the tornado you can see is the air going up through the center and going into the top bottle. while you see the sides that are spinning is the water going down through the sides of the hole into the bottom bottle. So that's basically what's happening here. So now you know a little bit more about the science of what's going on in this experiment. If you'd like to continue experimenting, you can try changing some things in this experiment. Try different size and shaped bottles. Maybe try a different kind of liquid inside and see if it still makes a tornado. I tried adding some glitter. It didn't work very well because the glitter stuck to the sides, but you can try that too. It might make your tornado a little more spectacular to look at. Or try some food coloring. I didn't give you any food coloring because it's messy and I didn't want to make a mess in your home. So try changing some things, experimenting a little more, and seeing what else you can learn. Now, also, if you want to learn any more about these topics, be sure to stop by the Whittier Public Library and borrow some books. If you want to learn a little bit more about tornadoes, we have books about tornadoes. If you'd like to do some more science experiments with water, we have here super simple things to do with water, fun and easy science for kids. If you just like to read a story that about a tornado, we have, for example, here a picture book, A Twisted Tale, about a tornado, or we have the famous Magic Tree House Twister on Tuesday about a tornado. So lots more books that you can stop and borrow at the Whittier Public Library if you'd like to learn a little bit more about these topics. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to take our survey. We're going to display that again right here at the end of this video. And we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.